What is going on, you guys? Bastion YG here. Today I'm coming at you with a upgraded and updated Tri-Brigade Zoodiac deck profile. Yes, Zoodiac Tri-Brigade is now a TCG deck as well as Master Duel. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys exactly how this deck got boosted. Well, essentially it's very easy to see. Is really just by the addition of Tanky going to 2, letting you get 2 searches for Beast Warrior monsters, 1 for your Fractal, 1 for your Zoodiac. But which one will come first? Who is to know until you actually go ahead and do that play. So essentially it adds a little bit more versatility to the deck as far as that goes, with the branded Tri-Brigade deck now pretty much being dead. So you can no longer play DPE, you can no longer play branded cards in here, as it would just be a little bit too inconsistent. The bird up version is still a viable variant, but unfortunately without the barrier statues done and Simorg being banned as well. And I think that honestly this is probably going to be the best way to go ahead and play Tri-Brigade moving forward with the Zoodiac engine as well. So if you guys do enjoy the video, go ahead and leave a like and comment down below how you guys go ahead and play in Tri-Brigade. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into the deck profile. Starting off with the monsters, guys, we play 3 Rescue Cat. Rescue Cat is so essential in pretty much any pure variant of Tri-Brigade, any type of variant that's pretty much going to be focused around the Tri-Brigade deck, or maybe a Fable Tri-Brigade deck might also be able to go ahead and run Rescue Cat as well. Rescue Cat is pretty much going to be, if you draw this, you should immediately just go ahead and win unless you get ashed, but you know, it is what it is if that happens. Next, play triple Fractal, triple Kit, triple Tri-Brigade Nervball, and then triple Cuirass. Now, I've always said that playing more than 1 or 2 Cuirass at the very most, it can be seen as a mistake, but with the addition of Pot of Desires added onto the semi-limited list, I really want to go ahead and emphasize the importance to go ahead and make sure you play 3 Cuirass, 3 of each name essentially, just so you can make sure that you don't banish all of your engine pieces of a certain name, because we all know how important certain names are for the Tri-Brigade deck. Next, for the hand traps, we play 3 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, and then 3 copies of the DD Crow. So Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, of course, overall generically the best hand trap ever printed. DD Crow, I did want to go ahead and play Ghost Bell in here, but I believe DD Crow is superior because it is a Winged Beast monster, so it can still fuel your graveyard for some of your link plays moving down the line. And then, of course, because it is a Tri-Brigade deck, you are going to have to go ahead and main deck the pure Tri-Brigade deck, I should believe. You're going to have to main deck the Sideframe Gear package, Sideframe Gear Gamma, with the 1 driver to go ahead and round up the majority of the monsters. And then to finish it off, we play 1 Zoodiac Rapier and 1 Whiptail. There was no really other ones that I really want to go ahead and play. Can you play a how do I say this, a larger Zoodiac package? Yes you can, but then essentially we want to make sure that we really emphasize this is a Tri-Brigade deck. Like, essentially if we make it too much of a Zoodiac variant, then we're gonna need to put more Xyz monsters into our graveyard, Zoodiac Xyz monsters to be exact, just to go ahead and make sure that engine is not dead as well. So adding a really successful consistent deck as Tri-Brigade with a sprinkle of spice from the Zoodiac, I think is the perfect mix for your monster lineup. Next up for the spells, guys, I kind of went over these already, but we're going to go over one more time. So I played double Tanky with the new Banlist, giving us Tanky to 2. Again, gives us that versatility so we can search more than just 1 Beast Warrior throughout your game, throughout your match, which is absolutely just fantastic. So it's really good. You can only activate once per turn, but it's not like it's a searchable card anyway, but it is a search card. So playing it at 2 is really good to get you access to your Rapier, Zoodiac Whiptail, or your Fractal. Now you have 3 different targets you could potentially go into, each and every single one of them just as deadly as the next. We play 1 Called by the Grave as well. It is a fantastic card, and as long as it stays legal, I should say, we'll go ahead and play it as such. Next, 3 Triple Tactics Talents as well. I want to play this over Crossout Designator only because I believe Triple Tactics Talents is gives you more options to play with. Yes, Crossout Designator pretty much prevents your plays from being stopped essentially, so it's really good as far as that route. But there are times when I would much rather have the knowledge of my opponent's hand, or be able to take their monster to go ahead and either link off with it if I have the option to, or maybe beat over whatever they have with one of their own monsters. Really successful to go ahead and playing with the Triple Tactics talents as well, with that thought process in mind. Then double Pot of Desires. Pot of Desires really adds a lot more consistency to the deck as well. Just being able to go ahead and, let's say that your Rescue Cat gets Ash, it's perfectly fine. Activate Pot of Desires and see what else you can draw to go ahead and get yourself either out of that hole, or maybe get you into an even better play that you may not have been able to go into had you not had that draw too. And that's going to be it for the spells. Next time for the traps, we got a 3 Infinite Impermanence. We're playing 4 different hand traps in this build as well. Infinite Impermanence is just a phenomenal card, to be honest. Just being able to stop I really like to have versatility as far as your hand traps go. So anything searchable, anything in the graveyard, anything that would hinder your Rescue Cat, and any type of like on summon effect, whether it's an Aluber or Fallen of Albaz, things like that, Taie, Moyi, things like that. And really, I'm referencing again Brenda, Despia, and Sorso because they are essentially the 2 best decks of the format. 1 and 2. So it's really just go ahead and proving the point where this deck is not overly expensive. It doesn't have to be overly expensive. So that's why I believe this deck can be very, very successful again moving forward. But anyway, you also have 2 copies of Tri-Brigade Revolt. You can also take out 1 Imperm and put a 3rd Tri-Brigade Revolt just to make sure you don't banish them both off of the Desires as well, should you choose so. But I want to go ahead and keep this at 40 cards, and honestly I think this is really good ratios, again, to make sure you get the most optimal plays from your Tri-Brigade Zoodiac plays moving forward. So for the extra deck, guys, we played double Ferajit, 1 Bearbrum, 1 of your Tri-Brigade Rugal, and then double Omen. I really wanted to find a space for another Omen, but unfortunately I was not able to find it. I considered taking out the Doom Eagle for it, but essentially it can be really useful in certain scenarios, so I'm really having a tough time as far as finding out which one would be best. But I'm just going to go ahead and keep it with the 1 Doom Eagle and the 3 Shirag the Omen. 1 Salamangreat Almirage, which is pretty much a it is what Scapegoat is to Trickstar, which is basically Scapegoat is Trickstar Scapegoat. Salamangreat Almirage is Tri-Brigade Salamangreat Almirage. Just gonna go ahead and put that out there to unbreak your hand, so really good as well. 1 Ancient Warriors, 1 Doom Eagle as well, 1 Appaloosa Bow of the Goddess, and then wrap off our links with the 1 Access Code Talker. Access Code Talker, I finally caved, so fine. Yes, Boros Sword Dragon does not live up to Access Code Talker. I understand that, but both are good in certain scenarios. I just believe it's gotten to the point where Access Code Talker is just currently superior in the current format, everything like that, where you'd have to go ahead and play this over Boros Sword Dragon. If you look at my previous Tri-Brigade builds, I've always preferred Boros Sword, but I think I've kind of come to see the light as far as Access Code Talker goes. But anyway, onto your XCs monsters. You play 1 Borbo, 1 Chakanine, and 1 Tiger Mortar. There's no real need if you don't want to play a Tiger Mortar or Chakanine. If you want to play a Hammer Kong, that's completely up to you. Because essentially you're really just going to stack these on top of one another, attack directly, or just attack in general, and then slap a Zeus on top, going second, which gives Tri-Brigade a phenomenal going second play as well. But that's going to be it for the deck profile, guys. Down here are some cards that I want to try to include, but I really just thought otherwise about it. Nibiru is not really that good in the main deck at the current moment, at least not as good as any of these cards currently right here for this specific build anyway. Crossout Designator, I'll explain essentially why I chose Triple Tactic Talents over the Crossout Designator. Change of Heart would not really help this deck at all, because a lot of times that you are when you're trying to link off, a lot of your restrictions are for Beast Warrior, Wing Beasts. So having to play this card as one specific trade-off, yes, you are playing Triple Tactic Talents, which give you that option, but it's an option of 3 of, you can pick one of the 3. The Change of Heart effect is only one of them. So playing Change of Heart itself, I don't think is really necessary. I have been a fan of playing Monster Reborn as well in these type of decks, but unfortunately, again, could not really find a space for it. Upstart Goblin, you're already playing 40 cards, 41 cards with an Upstart Goblin makes no sense to me. Zoodiac Ram, again, I just want to keep it at 40 cards. If you want to go ahead and play 41 with the 3rd Zoodiac name, by all means go for it. And I just believe DD Crow is superior to the Ghost Spell, specifically in a Tri-Brigade deck. If you guys disagree, go ahead and let me know in the comment section down below. But if you guys did enjoy, leave a like down below, subscribe for more videos, guys. I have plenty more deck profiles coming up in the near future, as well as a few discussions and potentially live duels as well. So go ahead and stick around, subscribe for more, and I'll go ahead and see you guys in the next one.